The M Theory Podcast with Peter Vazquez and Scott Kalnasy.
And we're live. And we're live. All right, so today, episode 10 with my man's Steven Seagal.
Man, fuck you. I knew you were going to say that. I was going to say before we started, you better not say the Steven Seagal joke. First of all, Steven Seagal, certified badass, best action hero above everybody else. He was a real fucking Jeet Kune Do fuck you up.
He was a real Aikido master.
Yeah, that too.
Not a real martial arts.
Bro, there's video out there of him fucking people up.
And he was a policeman.
Yeah.
A legit policeman.
And he fucking walks out with, that was that fighter?
Oh, fuck. I can't remember.
Come on, bro. You're supposed to be back there doing research.
Oh, you didn't give me a Wi-Fi password yet.
Fuck, man.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
So what did we learn in 10 episodes? We still ain't got shit together.
Yeah.
So episode 10,
Yes.
and we wanted to actually make this one a little bit laid back. It's our first milestone, right, of this
Journey.
that we have with you guys and with us.
And Jonathan behind the camera.
And Jonathan, he's been here for 80% of the episodes.
Yeah, there's been a couple times he hasn't showed up.
Yeah, the first time.
Well, he wasn't here for episode 1.
Which is understandable.
And then he wanted to ride our coattails. I was like, hey, let me jump in on episode 2. Then he did.
Yeah.
But then a little
It was
bit after
great.
that, he broke our hearts because WrestleMania showed up.
Only 2 episodes later, right?
Yeah, something
It
like
was
that.
Only 2
WrestleMania
episodes.
only comes once a year, okay?
Yeah, well, I almost said so do we, but that's not true.
I only come once in a lifetime, okay? So don't be upset that I missed one episode.
That's actually a true statement. Nobody ever lets him come.
It's just so you just edge for
So once a year.
364 days a year.
You gotta try it. I'm in such a place as it right now.
He's
I don't
fucking
believe
no
that.
fap.
He's like so happy.
He's like no fap all year. But
And
so
he's a girlfriend for a long time. He's like, nah, baby, it's all about you.
it's all about you
That's
today.
why people,
I don't know how.
people need to know. We have facts. We don't have fake news circulating around.
All right, and moving on. So we want to move on to our thank yous.
Yeah, thank you. We want to thank all of you guys.
All 53 of you listening to us.
You guys come back. Y'all leave for a little bit, but you always come back.
Yeah, it's like we gave you some crack cocaine. The first one was free.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the views have been pretty solid. I mean, I know we started off, because a lot of people were like, what the fuck are these idiots doing?
Yeah.
And but since then, you guys have stick with us. I think from episode 1 to I guess 9, which is the last one we were really like researching and all this stuff.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot. We've experimented a lot. The episodes got longer, and then they got shorter.
Yep. I think doing the shorter episodes like helps. People can listen like on their commutes to work.
Yeah.
Unless they work from home, then you can listen in the shower.
Yep. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say to that, but
Yeah, me neither.
but yeah, I think we're gonna try to, at least have this shorter episodes for a while. Until
see
we
how
can,
they work out.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to get tired of us. I know you guys come and y'all watch us and you think we're great and all that, but
Emphasis on the great.
but we don't want to give you too much.
Yeah.
We want to hold some back. But so I wanted to kind of like let you guys in on like what we've learned by doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess I could go first. I've actually with a lot of the stuff that we had to research, like I think that it stuck with me a little bit more knowing that I was gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Than like just before, because I had a lot of the books that we reference. I have read before, but it was like more for like management and career development and all that stuff. So I listened to it and I took what I needed when it came to work from it, but I didn't really have to memorize too much about it outside of work. But just having to talk about like habits. Habits was a big one, like that Duhigg book, and really like having to write things down, and memorize them. That was really good. And it's just, this podcast has kind of improved my life in just a short span. I mean, we release once a week, so it's been 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, this one's going to be 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been 9, but yeah, I mean, so far that's really what I've gotten from it.
We've talked off camera. It's been real beneficial for both of us to actually research things that we didn't really know about and then come in and have like an intellectual conversation, even though we are dumb and we stupefy it. But actually, started from like Goggins' book all the way to Duhigg's book, the things that you like pick up, we talk about the accountability mirror, continuing to like, keep us in check, like when we're going down our path all the way. Like I've learned humility and everything from like doing this podcast, because looking at ourselves talking on camera, we're like I dropped the ball there. I should have said that shit.
Yeah.
You're like sitting there like watching the video, like praying that you follow up with something smart.
Yeah.
And it never happens.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't. And you know what? Like one thing that going from episode 1 to 10, it's gotten a little bit more comfortable, but not a lot. Like I still find myself being like, okay, like what do I say to that, or what do I do here, or what should I say? Like, So I've learned also that it's gonna be a long process.
Yeah.
And it's great, and I hope that you guys, find value and stick along with the ride. And again, I just can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah,
the people that are listening, because I mean, was it like 50 something is our least?
50. Wait,
like
views?
the video, like the least views.
I'm not talking about views.
Well, I mean,
let's not break my heart over here.
Yeah, no, but still, like it's still a good amount of people. Like in comparison to what. I mean, we didn't even know. Like we just decided one day to put this thing together, and I thought we were gonna get 5, and it hasn't been that. And so I really, again, I'm just really grateful because we had such great reception at the beginning. Like it made me really like want to do this more, and this has helped me a lot. Yeah,
I especially. I take away a lot, and seeing how many people like actually listen and seeing like the retention rate, like through like the analytics and things like that, and over from episode 1 to episode 9, seeing how much like people are sticking around, like it makes me feel good.
Yeah,
it makes me feel like I'm not as dumb as I come off on camera.
No, you are.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, but one thing too that like we wanted to give you guys, I mean, I think at the beginning I was taking myself a little bit way too seriously.
I think in the beginning we were both trying to be like super Zen master, like if you want results, you must go out and achieve them.
But we're just not like that, and I think in from 0 to 1, I mean, you guys have seen we have gotten a lot sillier, but that's just who we are as people. And
it's not like we've actively gotten dumber or more silly. It's like this is just who we are, and like we're finally opening up on camera instead of being like real stiff and rigid and be like, habits are this, compared to like we just talk shit now. And I don't know what people expect from us, but I mean, we just really want you to have a good time while giving you like information that you're gonna actually be like, that's going to be useful in your day. You didn't ask for it, but you needed it.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
And I'm going to give
it to
you. We're going to give you it. Even though you don't want it, we will force you to have it.
Don't push yourself off on the people.
No, I will. I know what's good for you.
We've already made it through 10 episodes, so it's not get canceled now.
Not yet.
We're working on it, though.
By episode 20.
Especially with our test audio.
What did we say in the test audio, Jonathan?
What did you say in our test audio?
I don't know. I have a really good memory.
Scott tries to act like he's the innocent one here. He's the worst one. When the camera comes on, he actually like is like in comparison to how he really is. Like, don't believe him.
I'm getting comfortable on camera.
That's what we call in the streets a bitch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. No, we do.
You still hold that. You still hold that title.
Yeah. Well, one thing we wanted to get into.
One thing.
Well, a few things is the Q&A.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So Q&A. I'm so excited about Q&A. Not what was going on behind camera. So this is the Q&A episode, or as the real CFAV wanted to coin it, Q and amp theory.
Q and amp. Okay, I like it.
I like it too.
Q and amp.
Yeah, Q and amp.
Yeah. Cool.
So I reached out to some people who listen, and they forwarded me over some questions.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got some questions too.
Yeah, I think we should start with the one that I told you Brooke gave me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's kind of like the beginning.
Okay. The Genesis?
The Genesis.
Okay.
So she asked, I went blank there.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah. And my daughter Brooklyn wanted to know how we met.
Oh, it's a cute story.
It's actually one of turns and love and loss and all that shit.
Lost
love.
I remember meeting you in middle school, 7th grade, math class.
Yep.
Neither of us were doing our work.
Nope. In math class, that was the class I got in trouble for, because there was this girl that was doing, like, you know, they asked you to go up and solve a problem, and there was this girl that was like taking a long time, and I go, I wonder how long it takes her to do her homework. And then they send me outside.
Miss Jeter put you outside?
Yeah, Miss Jeter was like, Peter, go outside. And I'm like, it's just a joke. She made me call she's like, you need to call your parent. I called my stepdad because I wasn't about to call my mom. And she was like, she's like, call your dad. I was like, all right. So I called him and I was like, hey, Alfredo, my math teacher wanted me to call you. I don't know why. And then she got on the phone. I got in trouble. But yeah, I think that class was when we met. But we really didn't hang out
until high school.
Until high school,
when you were
local legend.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was,
not yet, in the making.
I had a lot of people wanting to be like me. You know, it was.
Who were these people? Name 3.
Fans.
Name 3.
I just call them fans.
Name 3. If they're real people, name 3. Family doesn't count. John who?
Jake.
Jake who?
Paul. Yeah, but we went to middle school together.
Yeah. But we really didn't hang out that much.
Scott was all stuck up.
Bullshit.
He didn't like Mexicans at the time.
What?
Yeah.
I wanted to date Mexican women since I was a little kid. That's a bold-faced lie.
Look, you stay away from our women. But no, yeah, but at the time, you know, I was real gangster, you know, real loco. And
I do remember your baggy tan pants and your fucking picnic shirts.
You gave me a booty haircut at your house when we were teenagers. You gave me the booty hairstyle.
Oh,
did
yeah,
I? Yeah, I did. I used to. Oh yeah, because I met you through baseball.
I can't remember if it was through Scott or through baseball. It was one of the two,
but you. I don't remember how I met Jonathan, but I know he was just around all the time.
Yeah,
I met you through you, but you played baseball. One of the two.
Yeah.
But
Jonathan was like, he's always been a follower. He's never been like a leader. He's never like struck out on his own to make his own friends. It's more like, hey, like,
what the?
He's like, hey, you seem like a cool guy. You got a lot of friends. It's like, my mom bakes. You want to come over and hang out? Jonathan.
I gotta track motherfuckers with food.
Jonathan lured me over. He's like, hey, my parents aren't home.
He pulled up in a van and was like, "You like ice cream?"
They took away my keyboard, but we can still look up naughty sites.
I know the workarounds. Yeah. So I'm the tech guy now.
I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like,
did he say he knows the reach arounds?
I think it was something like that. I think that's why he tried to get me over there.
I used to be born in Hawaii.
Bullshit.
You used to be born in Hawaii?
He identifies as Samoan. But yeah, then he was like, hey, Dirty Santa came early this year. I found a trash bag filled with porn. I was like, fuck it, let's watch.
It was a giant bag, it wasn't a trash bag.
That's how you lured Scott to do anything. You turn on the porn.
That's true. We did skip school one time just to download a porn video, and we still didn't get it finished.
We didn't even get through the trailer.
I think this is the second time we've referenced Jonathan not being able to finish.
Ooh.
Strike 2.
Man.
All right, so that was the first question.
Oh, yeah.
Which my daughter will never know the answer to because of where...
No, we answered. We met in middle school. We fell in love in high school, and then we just
had kids afterwards.
Yeah, we just I'm still waiting for my alimony checks.
Yeah, so that was a good question. Oh, while you look up the second question, I do want to say this. because I was supposed to say it in the beginning, but I totally forgot. But I think we should do a round of applause for Jonathan. His editing skills have come through. And
they've come a long way.
Yeah. His I just think that this week was the biggest output we did in videos, and it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Jonathan. And then the time it took to edit those videos and how good the editing was. So,
which is really good because it leads me. It leads me to my first question, which is, what is it with y'all and zebra cakes?
You know, no cap. I bought a thing of zebra cakes because we've been talking.
When?
Bro, we triggered it. We cue, response, reward. We queued it.
Sorry, you subliminally put it in my head.
All right.
And I was editing the zebra case on the Winter Soldier or Captain America's face, and it just subliminally was like,
how did it?
Zebra.
It's like, oh, you know what? I haven't had these in a while. And now I have like 3 left.
Oh my god, how do they taste? I fucking haven't had a zebra cake in a while.
So
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Does it taste like I remember?
It's got that OG vanilla.
And then the cream in the middle, right?
Oh.
Yeah. All right, look.
Oh.
This is the thing with me and zebra cakes, right?
All right.
I was in
Preach.
5th grade, right? We didn't have zebra cakes at the house. Like in my mom's house, zebra cakes, it's not a Mexican thing, right?
Right.
Well, I go over and I spend some time at my dad's house during this. It was like Christmas vacation, right? My dad used to
the Christmas tree.
Oh, the Christmas tree cakes are the best.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Same thing basically.
It's just a different thing. But,
Okay.
So I stayed with him. He used to stay because in Nebraska they got basements and they finish them, so it's like a little studio apartment.
Yeah.
So he stayed in the basement of my uncle's house, right? So I then in turn was also in the basement, right? But my uncle Ted, and he would buy zebra cakes. I didn't have zebra cakes. I didn't know what the fuck that was. The thing about it, they let me have one. My whole life changed. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was fucking delicious. So here is how bad it was. Like they just say, get whatever you want. I didn't have to ask.
It's always dangerous.
Bro, and I'd stay up all night. So like I would just go through zebra cakes after zebra cakes, like a full pack a day. Cause I didn't have to ask.
Yeah.
So the zebra cakes fucked me up for life.
The year was 1995. I had just finished the final Star Crunch out of my box, and I noticed that my mom had come home with a brand new snack called the zebra cake. And I was like, what is this? I held the zebra cake in my hand, and I felt the waxy chocolate over it, you know? I'm like, smells good, smells like plastic. Then I bit into it, and that icing in the middle just like exploded with flavor. I was like, oh, I was hooked. But I ate so many zebra cakes that, like, you know how like you eat too much candy or you eat too much sweets, like your skin starts to feel filmy and you feel gross. That's how I felt at the end of the box.
Yeah.
Like within a very, very short period of time, I was like, God, I've eaten too much of these. But it was like I needed more. Because
your tolerance level wasn't that high. You got to build it up. You know?
But I needed more.
Amateur, yeah.
Yeah, and then my mom stopped buying zebra cakes because they were going by so fast. So she started coming home with like cosmic brownies, nutty bars, honey buns, and then I'd get pissed off when I wouldn't get my fucking zebra cakes.
Yeah.
But then Christmas time also didn't help because they come out with like the Christmas tree cakes, which are just zebra cakes in disguise.
They're honestly the number 2 snack because whenever Christmas tree cakes come out, and it's not just me. There are multiple people in our friend circle.
Oh yeah.
Also the same. It's like it's Christmas time. It's a Christmas tree cake.
I will break a diet
like
for a zebra cake or for a Christmas tree cake.
Yes.
But normally around the holidays, it's like, fuck it, I'm going to eat anyways. Day one that those Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes are out, I'm buying a box.
I'm sorry, it's my one vice.
Yeah.
I don't do cocaine, but I will eat the fuck out of some Little Debbie's or Hostess snacks.
Yeah. Yeah. The fucking.
But anyways,
but you know what? Your boy's the king of the jungle. Lions eat zebras, bro. Your boy has to eat zebra cakes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense in my like 8-year-old brain.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shit. Nothing was better than zebra cake with the fucking Kool-Aid that came like in a little squeezer, the Kool-Aid squeezer, watching Power Rangers at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Wait, you talking about the ones that used to look like barrels that had the aluminum on top?
Oh no, those are actually much better than the fucking Kool-Aid ones.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
have those. You can
They
still
do.
get those
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Walmart.
I
Yeah,
like those.
I used to like send my mom down to
sir.
fucking Food Lion to get that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that shit was fucking.
Food Lion doesn't exist
The
anymore.
little blue
but,
ones, the
ooh,
little red ones.
they're called jugs.
Jugs.
Yeah,
Said Uggs.
zebra cakes, jugs, and Power Rangers. 1995. It was a good year.
Yeah. All these
Been
people
in-
trying to
My
dance.
go-to-
They're trying to all like wear clothes like it's the '90s. Bitch, we lived that.
Exactly.
We were
true.
I
there.
had the Jinkos and I drink Mondos.
Oh,
On my level.
Mondos to this day. Jinkos can fuck off.
Yeah, I remember Jinkos. I had a pair of Jinkos.
Jinkos used to get me in trouble because I was too poor to afford Jinkos.
Yeah.
So I was like, just give me like the biggest pair of pants you got.
So you have no room to talk because you showed up on my front door one day with a lip ring, and I opened the door and saw you, and then closed the door immediately because you
thought
had a
I-
lip ring.
You can fuck off. I thought I was punk rock with my lip ring.
I thought you were hot fucking shit.
Oh,
That lip
Scott,
ring.
bro, Scott when he was young, bro.
I
Y'all.
can find a picture. I'm putting it on.
Oh, you remember? You remember when we used to go to parties? Scott used to think he could dance. I was like, I was like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, bro.
I remember you. I remember
bro.
you used to call me up. You'd be like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm at a party." Where is it? I'm on my way.
I would never wait for an invitation, bro. I in hindsight, I never thought about how weird that was that these people like have a house and they're like, next thing you know, it's like my friend Peter's coming over and they're probably expecting some white dude and the fucking Mexican kid comes up.
Oh, but to circle back to Brooklyn's question though, something that like something that solidified like our friendship. I remember we were at a party and I went outside. I was like rubbing my eye or something like this, and you looked inside and like you saw me doing this. And I don't know what was going on in your head, but this
I was probably
made me
drunk.
this made me like be like, man, Peter's really my friend. Because you stormed outside and you grabbed me like, who hit you? And you're like, I'm gonna fuck him up. And I was like, nope, nobody hit me. I'm sleepy. And you're like, oh, well, if anybody ever puts their hands on you, I'll fucking kill them. I was like,
That's so
I was like, good to know.
Bro, I was a very emotional drunk. I was either very sad or very mad.
Oh no, we already talked about that in the parent story.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, but with me, like, I could take a joke and I could like bullshit, but if people mess with like my friends, that would like upset me the most.
Yeah,
And so,
that's good quality.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought if somebody messed with you, you needed somebody to, lay
that
down
up,
the
throw that
fucking
up.
ass whooping. Your boy was there.
Yeah, that's like, man, I appreciate that, Peter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you beat everybody up for me now.
Yeah. Wait. What? I was being used.
It's all a ploy,
Fucking white people, dude.
Jonathan.
But so my wife had a question. Favorite movies,
To get inspired by, or just in general?
just like in general.
I'll let you go first since it's your wife.
Well, shit, I didn't even fucking think about it. I was hoping you'd go first.
Well, it depends on the year because, like, I'm a really, really big fan of '80s movies, action, comedy, whatever. '80s had the best movies. The first several movies that I watched on like a VHS, like in the early '90s, were Predator, Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, and then fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So those were always like way up there, like as like some of my favorites up until Jurassic Park came out. That was like when I was a little kid and Jurassic Park came out. That was my first like movie where I was like, oh, this is like no more 80s shit.
Yeah.
that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's time
Yeah.
for dinosaurs.
Back in the day, I used to rent the VHS for Jurassic Park from the library.
Oh shit.
Dinosaurs.
That tells you how old this shit that
Yeah,
is.
that's what
But
poor people do, bro. You don't go to Hollywood or Blockbuster.
Yeah,
you go to the
library.
you go to the library.
What movies did you used to watch on Betamax?
I never watched that, guys.
I actually remember.
The Titans?
No, with Jurassic Park, when that came out, I was like super into dinosaurs, and my mom was very like Christian at the time, and she's like, "Dinosaurs ain't real." Bro, it made me cry. I cried as a kid. I was like, "Why aren't these ferocious creatures not real?"
When I was a little kid, like before Jurassic Park came out, Fisher Price used to have like those little Day of the Dinosaur video like movies, and I used to watch that shit on repeat. And I would walk around with like a little journal with like little dinosaur names spelled incorrectly, I'm sure, and like little pictures that I drew of dinosaurs. I'm like, I'll be a paleontologist.
Yeah.
And then a long time after that, my grandma was like, "Do you still want to be a paleontologist?" I was like, "No, I just want to get pussy." I'm 19 years old.
That's a good point though. With Jesus Christ.
Pussitologist, bro.
Goddamn, broke yourself. Broke yourself.
What?
Man, if we've known Scott since high school.
This is supposed to be fucking
Scott's gonna been about vagina since like 15 forward.
Wait, what?
As much as you like dinosaurs,
Look how ready it is.
yeah.
This my tan.
His interests changed real quick in high school. Next thing you know, he was talking about his girl.
It's like, yeah.
He said, "Fuck the dinosaurs."
He's like, what the fuck I'm doing looking at dinosaurs for?
It's like, man.
So my favorite movie, I can't pick one.
Okay.
I have to pick the part 2, part 3, Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3.
See,
I would sit there. When it was like rainy days or something, I'd sit there and I'd watch 1, 2, 3. Then the cartoon Mighty Ducks.
Oh shit.
And then like 1, 2, and 3, like just over and over.
Damn. D3 was my favorite. Except
D3.
I don't understand why they made Conway like such a badass when in the first two he kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I was
Like his dad was beating his ass, wasn't he?
No, his dad wasn't even around.
Oh, his dad wasn't
Coach
around.
Bombay was his dad.
Oh, Conway. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
You
Yeah.
talking about Banks?
Yeah, I'm talking about Banks. Yeah, I'm talking about Banks, right?
Banks getting his ass whooped. Yeah.
Yeah, Banks. I was talking about Banks. Nah.
All right. Okay. So this is a legit, not like how did y'all meet? Like what's your favorite movie question? Which those are good questions. I'll answer those.
Those are the great questions.
Those later. How do you maintain your goals when you're tired and you don't want to go work out? Like what do you say to yourself?
I
All right,
I tell myself stop being a like I really do. I'm like, man, like it's just an excuse. Stop being a bitch.
I do that to myself too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be tired, and I'm like, I'm either gonna stay tired and not do nothing,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna go get my blood pumping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do something that I need to go do. I'm gonna go get this workout in.
Yeah.
And the times where I've pushed off workouts, like I'll feel like shit about myself. I'm like, fuck, I should have gone. Even if it was like even half-ass workouts, like when you don't want to go do it, like you're still benefiting from it.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. Like, don't think like if you're already to the point where you're like kind of trying to convince yourself to not even go, like, and then you end up going to the gym, like, don't expect. Like if you do have one of those badass workouts, great, you know that. But the fact that you got yourself going and that you at least did something, like you can't be hard on yourself so much that you don't look at like the wins. That it's like, oh shit, I almost didn't do this.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I did. Yeah, it might have not been like my best workout, my top 10 workout, you know, but it was good.
Yeah, like it took a bunch of little victories to even get you to the gym.
Yeah.
So, like take that into consideration. Like, I've gone plenty of times, been really fucking tired, probably didn't get enough sleep, or maybe I'm just too stressed about work, but actually just go in there, even pushing like the weights around just a little bit, sitting in the sauna, maybe swimming some laps and then relaxing in the hot tub. It does wonders like when you don't want to actually be there.
Yeah, because a lot that goes into working out is also like active recovery, and so what I would recommend is always have like something small that you can do. Fuck, man, I went blank again.
Cool, we stumped Peter again.
Shit, man, that was twice.
I'm going to follow up with an easy question. This isn't a question that wasn't asked, but I've seen this before. What is the most ridiculous thing that you've ever seen at the gym? And I'll answer first. I saw somebody walk in the gym. I saw them get on the stair stepper, take a couple photos, then immediately walk over to the bicycle, take a couple photos, and they literally poured a little bit of water in their hands, splashed on their face, took another couple photos, and then left. I was like,
Sounds like some shit I would
I was like, damn.
Was that Jonathan?
I was like, damn.
I went to the gym. See, I promise.
I don't want to assume her
Shit I would
gender,
do to you to fool you.
but I think it was a woman.
Oh, okay.
Not assuming any genders here.
Ridiculous thing that I saw at the gym. Yeah, yeah.
Stumped you again.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting one. You know what I would say ridiculous things are? Like, I'm a real big believer in like what works, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah. Like when I see these people doing like this far out stuff, like that doesn't make much sense. Well, not so much CrossFit, but like these things that people do for like Instagram, where they're like doing push-ups on dumbbells, that are up, you know, and then you see people actually do those things, and it's like there's no purpose for that. The risk of injury is super high, and the reward is like super low.
Right.
Like, don't overthink it.
Okay.
You know, like just like that's the most like ridiculous things is like I'll go in and somebody's doing some like variation of something to work out a very specific thing, and it's like, dude, like
Instagram is very dangerous that way.
It's super
like
dangerous.
that shit's just for show. Like that dude, he might have done that. It probably took him several times to do that.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, he went and like just did some fucking curls before or after.
I remember what I was gonna say.
And we're back.
All right, so shut up. It's there. Okay, so
Soldier, shut up.
yeah, one thing that shut up. I'm gonna lose it. So one thing that is important is to listen to your body, right? Like set yourself up for success, right?
Yeah.
So like make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. You know, like you may want to wake up at 7 a.m, but if you're going to sleep at 3, then you know what? 4 hours of sleep is not going to be the benefits that you're getting for waking up early to go work out are going to be washed away with not even recovering.
Right.
That's one. Two, like, since you do have to have some days off and go easier, like if you do go out or if you have some responsibilities that you have to take care of and you don't have that much time or you're rushing, like, plan for those days to be easier, but let's be real though, like every day you can find an excuse to not do something. So if you're tired, like boo fucking who, you're gonna be tired, but make sure that you're doing everything possible to make sure that you have the energy to knock out the things that you're trying to knock out.
That's actually good that you say that, because it takes just as much energy to sit there and fucking stress about going to the gym and weighing your options and like just sitting there doing nothing than it does to just fucking put on your shoes, pick up your keys, and start driving. Yeah. Like there's been plenty of times where I'm like, fuck, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go, I don't want to do this. And I find myself doing that on the drive to the gym. Yeah. But then it's like I've reached the destination. I've reached like the gym's parking lot, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm here. I might as well go in. And the second I walk in, I'm like, well, okay, let's get started. Yeah. And for me, it's been like once I've hit that first like set, I'm like, well, now I got to finish. Yeah. Like the hot tub or the pool or whatever's waiting for me downstairs. Now I got to finish.
Yeah. Yeah. The biggest thing that I'm struggling with right now, just to like, transparency, is that real estate exam. Not that it's hard, all this stuff is easy, it's but finding the time. Like I'm putting in 12-hour days like daily at work. I go work a full-time job, and then I do deliveries afterwards. I have to do what I got to do, to feed my family. Yeah. And it's a little tough, and that's gone to the side. But don't be so hard on yourself whenever you can't do the things that you want to do. You just have to fucking take care of business. Yeah, definitely. Let me see if somebody. I asked people to send me questions, but just want to let everybody know, the people that I text that didn't send me the questions.
It's your fault that he's blanking.
That I'm blanking. I'm checking my phone. Y'all haven't texted me.
All right. I got another question. You seem like a gentle lover. What kind of... Oh, this is for you. What kind of men are you into?
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa.
First of all...
I think this has a lot to do with, like, your crush on Brad Pitt.
Look, first of all, if you think that it's going to be a fucking walk in the park with me, right? You got another thing coming. All right? First of all, I don't love men.
Hold on. You don't love me?
I don't love them in a gay way, in a sexual way.
You don't love me?
I love you, bro.
What about Jonathan?
Jonathan,
I just like him.
I'm in like with
nice.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I just think you're nice.
No,
I wonder who's gonna put your video up on YouTube.
no, I love you guys, and I love a lot of my friends. But I would not make love to my friends. But if I were to make love to my friends, it would be
bottom.
Raw dog, fucking horrible. No,
It's like-
no lubricants involved.
Tell me we don't have any more questions.
Actually, why does my progress slow? Why does my progress slow as I approach my goal?
That's a weird question to go to after that.
Why does my progress
Slow
slow?
as I approach my goal.
Because
You're the trainer. You tell us.
Yeah, well, actually, it's because so your body adapts. At the beginning, your body has more adaptation to do, and so like
That's where you see baby gains. And
yeah,
baby
yeah,
losses.
yeah.
Okay.
Like your biggest gains are going to be at the beginning because you're going. I'm assuming you're going from a like
kind of like sedentary.
sedentary, like not that active.
Yeah.
So like your body's adapted for however long you've been doing that, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're gonna go into
An active lifestyle.
and as you pack up more pounds, like I mean, it's kind of like the question of like bodybuilders, right? Like why do they have to go? I mean, why do they have to look to certain substances to get them to such a big level, you know? And it's because after a while, you like for years, like once you're in a very good shape, if you're trying to pack on more muscle, it's going to take that much longer, you know? Okay. You also, I mean, it depends on what your goal is, but it's just like everything else. Like you take away.
Well, I assume
like,
in this case, it's kind of like a weight loss, but like a toning weight loss. Like
Yeah.
I want to lose weight, but I also don't want like the excess. Like I want my skin to be toned.
Yeah.
I want my body to be
Yeah.
as cut as it could be.
Yeah. Well, also in the beginning phases too, is like you can hit multiple goals. Like let's say you're saying I want to gain muscle and get shredded. Well, okay, maybe not get shredded. I want to lose weight and gain muscle.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually, you do that more in the beginning of your workouts.
Yeah.
Because you have no muscle and you probably have a lot of fat. So it's like you can do two things at once. But
I've seen like a bunch of before and after photos of 185 out of shape and then 185 in shape.
Yeah.
And when you're in shape, you look bigger.
Yeah.
But it's because you've packed on all that muscle.
Yeah, but also what you have to realize too is that once you start getting into the lower body fats, like you can't do two things at once, right? You can't say I'm gonna pack on muscle and I'm gonna stay lean, and that's why once you start progressing to like a more advanced level where your body weight is low, that's where bulking phases, cutting phases, bulking phases, and cutting phases becomes a thing.
That's why they say like summer bodies are made in the winter.
Yeah. And so usually during the winter is where you're going to be bulking because it's when you tend to wear most of your clothes. You're not going to be going outside and showing things off. But right before during springtime, you have to be on a caloric deficit to like lose that. So it's all about like when you first work out, because you're actually using everything that you're doing, like your body just changes quickly. But then after a while, once you get to a certain body point, it's all about deficits and surpluses, right? So you want to get lean, you're going to be at deficit. But if you're not happy with the amount of muscle you have on your body and you want to add more muscle, then you're going to have to be at a caloric surplus because you need those calories to you need something. It's like it's like the clay you need to build the statue that you're building, you know? And so,
So since you were a personal trainer, what kind of advice would you give like someone who's close to their 60s and who's trying to lose weight and who has succeeded in losing like 20 pounds, but the only weight that they have left to lose is in their midsection? And because of their age and because of like damages taken to their body, they can't work out. Like they can't do sit-ups, they can't do push-ups, things like that. It's really hard. And the way it was like explained to me was his belly came from stress. How would an older like gentleman work around those issues?
Well, you would have to address some of those things. Like if you're telling me that you got this belly like from stress, then I would say like, have you addressed those things first and foremost. Like,
Okay.
are you less stressed? Because if you're telling me this is the cause of it, then you go. And then also, though, you would be surprised that while, yeah, stress definitely has a lot to do with it. The reason why stress does that is because of the triggers, right?
Right.
A lot of us use food as comfort.
Sure.
So stress then triggers you to go eat and then all this stuff. So I would say make sure that you're keeping track of what your calories are. If you're an older gentleman, I would actually go do some blood work and see if maybe testosterone replacement therapy is a good idea for you, because that's why younger people have less fat, can grow muscle so much faster, and then as you get older your hormones
harder,
change.
yeah.
So I would say looking at your hormones, because that could be a lot of your stress as well. It's like if you're not producing certain hormones, it might cause higher anxiety and all that stuff. So I would say go get your blood work done, go talk to like a testosterone replacement
And this
therapist.
person is also a smoker.
Things like that are going to help. I mean, hurt. So if you look at a lot of the unhealthy activities that you're partaking in, the external stresses and all that stuff, you have to address those things. And again, like we always say, like do like smaller things, and eventually, they'll grow into bigger things.
Yeah. Small victories leads to big one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all the questions that I had.
Yeah.
And I think like even from their questions, referring to you as like a former personal trainer and everything like that, I learned a little bit. And the person I'm talking about is my dad. He wanted to know. He's like, hey son.
No, and actually,
I got a belly.
My dad, he was kind of going through he was also a smoker. And he was not active person. Like he worked construction and he's fairly lean, but he kind of lost a step. And I told him, hey, like you should go to these clinics. But I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Like you definitely go to a professional.
I thought you got your PhD on YouTube.
I did, and that's where I
fact check that.
That's why you want to go to a registered physician.
Yeah, you definitely want to go to, and that's what I told my dad. But I told him what I knew about how it could help him. He's like, seems like it could work. I could buy this stuff at GNC, right? And I was like, well, technically, he's like, cool. And he went to go buy it, and but he felt great.
That's good.
Yeah, and but hopefully y'all had fun with this Q&A.
Yeah, I hope so.
Q&A.
And I just want to say I love my wife, right? all the gay jokes are just gay jokes, just making fun of things. I don't want people in my DMs.
Not making fun of gay people.
Not making fun of gay people. Yeah. We love gay people here at the M Theory.
Yeah.
But the only thing is I don't want people to hit me up on the DMs thinking they're gonna get raw dogged, and I'm gonna have to disappoint.
Well, I guess I just catfish like a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
They think that you're like super into them.
Yeah. Well, I hope they stick to the end of the podcast.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh no, it's not. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I mean, we try to keep this light and funny, and I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, the real reason is because we didn't want to study for anything this week. We wanted to keep it easy.
Yeah, so
Not really. We just want to know what people thought. We want to know their questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, and we all, we want to celebrate 10 episodes. Woo! Yay! And
Put that anime. Yeah, that's what we need in there. But
all right.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Another one in the books. Thank you.
10. See y'all for episode 11.